The Council of Governors has dismissed a report by the Office of Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, indicating that some county governments did not spend any money on development. The 10 counties are now on the spot for zero spending on the development vote in the quarter of the 2024-2025 financial year. Through its chair, Wajir Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, the council claims the Controller of Budget has continued to scandalize counties while she is aware of the challenges with the delayed release of funds, most of which are orchestrated by her office. Abdullahi also defended the counties operating multiple bank accounts, saying it is lawful. NTV's Rose Wangoi with the details.
The Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, released a report detailing expenditures by counties between July and September this year. Dr. Nyakango highlights how development expenditure continues to suffer, with counties spending up to 70% of their budgets to pay salaries, allowances and other recurrent expenses. According to the report, Nairobi County was among the 10 counties placed on the spot for allegedly spending 0 shillings on development projects. Despite the devastating effects of floods that exposed poor road networks and drainage systems, Governor Johnson Sakaja did not allocate funds for development during the period. However, the county spent 2.8 billion shillings on salaries and other recurrent operations. Other counties that spent millions on salaries but did not spend even a shilling on development include Baringo County, which spent 599 million shillings, Elgeyo Marakwet spent 744 million shillings, Kajiado 1.8 billion shillings, Kisii 1.2 billion shillings, while Lamu spent 379 million shillings on salaries and allowances. Nyandarua spent 379 million shillings. Tana River spent 403 million shillings. Uasin Gishu 1.2 billion shillings, while West Pokot spent 572 million shillings on salaries. The Council of Governors, through its chair, Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, blamed the Treasury for delaying the release of the quarterly disbursements, which ends crippling counties' operations. He pointed out that no county received money in the first quarter.
So other than the usual delays of getting money, there's also a context to the inordinate delay this particular quarter because of the lack of CARA, which necessitated that Treasury seeks an opinion from the AG. So, if a county has received 0 shillings in equitable share, what were they supposed to spend on development?
Abdullahi said that each county government had its budget and work plans approved at the beginning of the year, and it would be impractical to expect all of them to have uniform expenditures.
Any development done during that quarter was funded from the carried forward funds or the arrears of the previous year's budget, while most counties actually were forced to seek short-term loans.
The report also raised concerns about the growing trend of counties operating numerous bank accounts, a practice that violates the Public Finance Management Act and is seen as a potential avenue for fund mismanagement. Baringo County was flagged for operating 292 bank accounts, 256 of which are tied to health facilities. Bungoma County had 300 accounts, many outside the Central Bank of Kenya, raising suspicions of irregular spending. Other counties flagged include Elgeyo Marakwet with 155 accounts, Kajiado 50, Embu 46, Kakamega 44, Kwale 64 and Migori 26. According to Governor Ahmed, counties run separate entities that are required to have their own accounts.
Counties do not need the permission of the Controller of Budget to open bank accounts. No, they don't. As I have demonstrated, if it's a special purpose account, we're allowed by the law. Actually, in most of those development partner agreements, implementation agreements, it actually makes it conditional to have a special purpose account. You can't even access the money without a special purpose account.
The COG also lashed out at the Controller of the Budget for painting county governments in bad light.
The Controller of Budget has continued to scandalize counties while she's aware of these challenges. Usually what we see in those reports is that, yes, there is a mention of the delays, but there's a lot more focus on the fact that money was not spent on development.
Narok, Kirinyaga, Busia and Garissa counties stood out for prioritizing development expenditure. The report further highlighted Nairobi County as the leading in pending bills with 121 billion shillings of the unsettled bills, followed by Garissa, which had 6 billion shillings in pending bills. Rozongoi, NTV.